Welcome all. In this video lecture, I am going to explain what is pipeline architecture, how does it work, and also I will explain what is non-pipeline architecture and its aspects. Whenever a program executes, it is going through certain phases or certain steps. There are mainly four phases for it: fetch, decode, execute, and write back. We are having instruction fetch. It is also known as output fetch. Next one is decode. After instruction fetch from memory, the processor should decode the instruction for getting the meaning of that. After decoding, the processor gets the idea about how many operands or data will be required to execute the instruction. So the processor fetches the operands from the memory. Next phase will be the instruction execute. After the execution, the results produced and stored in the memory. So the last phase is write back. So we have four phases: fetch, decode, execute, and write back. As we know, the program is a set of instructions. In the case of non-pipeline architecture, consider the ith instruction, which includes all the four phases, that is fetch, decode, execute, and write back. Note that in non-pipeline scenario, only after ith instruction finished, I plus 1th instruction will be started to execute. And after I plus 1th instruction executed, I plus 2th instruction started and executed. And so on. This is the scenario of non-pipeline instructions architecture. So in pipeline architecture, what will happen? Just assume that the ith instruction is started to execute in pipeline architecture. In this, when the first phase, that is instruction fetch phase, completed, the processor will start the second phase of ith instruction, that is decode phase. At the same time, I plus 1th instruction started to fetch. That is, I plus 1th instruction will be in the fetching state of the execution. Got the idea? And when the ith instruction going to decode to execute phase, I plus 1th instruction will go from fetch to decode, and I plus 2th instruction will go for fetch phase for the first time. This is known as the pipeline architecture. As I said earlier, the pipeline receives successive instructions from its input end and execute them in a streamlined, overlapped fashion in between the phases as they flow through. Okay? And there are some definitions for pipeline architecture. First one is instruction pipeline circle. That means it's a time required for each phase to complete its operations, assuming equal delay in all these four phases. That is fetch, decode, execute, and write back phases. And next one is instruction issue latency. It's a time required between the issuing of two adjacent instructions. Note that each instruction combines four these phases. And next one is instruction issue rate. The number of instruction issued per cycle is known as instruction issue rate. It is also known as the degree of superscalar computers. And next one is symbol operation latency. What is that? It's a delay associated with the completion of symbol operations, that is integer add, as compared with that complex operations like division. And what do you mean by resource conflicts? When two or more instructions demand use of the same functional unit at the same time, it's a situation arises with resource conflicts. The base scalar processor is defined as the machine with one instruction issued per cycle. Look at this picture. Here the issue latency is 1. As I said earlier in the pipeline example, after the fetching phase, the first instruction go to the next phase, decode phase. At the same time, the next instruction started its fetching phase, and in the next cycle, the first instruction go from decode stage to execute stage. At the same time, the second instruction go to from fetching stage to the decode stage, and in the next instruction at the same time start from fetching stage. So the issue latency is 1 here. So the effective CPI rating is 1 for ideal pipeline. This is example for the ideal pipeline. It's another type of latency. Here the issue latency is 2. So after fetching phase and decode phase, the next instruction started to fetch. So here the issue latency is 2. If the instruction use latency is 2, this cycle per instruction, the pipeline can be underutilized. This one is another example. Here the stages are combined, that is, the fetch and decode phases are combined into one pipeline stage, and the execute and write back are combined into another stage. So this will result in poor pipeline utilization and reduce the performance by 1/2 compared to the ideal case. This is the data path architecture of scalar processor. Here, the data path architecture and control unit of a typical simple scalar processor without an instruction pipeline can be illustrated in this figure. And it includes main memory, ID controllers, and connected to the external bus. And the control unit generates control signals required for the instructions like fetch, decode, ALU operation, memory access, and write result phases of the instruction execution. And the control unit itself may use microcoded logic, CISC, or hardware logic for RISC. Hope you understand about the pipeline architecture and non-pipeline architecture, and also about the scalar processors. Thank you.